Hello there. Welcome to AWS Tech Guide session. Today I will show you how to use Elastic IP. First thing is that why we need Elastic IP and what is Elastic IP. When you create or launch one EC2 instance, it gets the public IP by default, which is IPv4, this public IP. And you see in my EC2 dashboard, one of T2 micro. As you see on my EC2 dashboard, one EC2 instance is running and the IPv4 public IP is 52.90.17.3. Now it is at running stage. If I click on this instance and from action, if I stop this, let's see what happens. So I stopped this instance and it is stopping, and now it is showing the instance has stopped. When it has stopped, it has wiped out all the IPs, means it doesn't have public DNS IPv4 and IPv4 public IP is also missing. Now if I just start it again, clicking on yes start, and it is starting again, status checks initializing, instance state pending, and it has come up with one new IP completely. So if you need to restart your EC2 instance, stop and then start, it means your IPv4 public IP will be changed because this IP is dynamic. Once you restart, you change. Now in AWS, something is called Elastic IP. First, let's see what documentation says. An Elastic IP address is a static IPv4 address designed for dynamic cloud computing. An Elastic IP address is associated with your AWS account. So it says it is static IPv4 address. Now let's see how we can create one Elastic IP and assign to the particular instance. So we will be creating one static IP and we'll be assign that IP to this instance, as you see on my EC2 dashboard. So on the left side panel, you will find Elastic IP. I'm just opening it in a new browser tab. And here is our Elastic IP. Click on allocate Elastic IP address. Currently there is no Elastic IP, so I'm clicking on allocate Elastic IP address. It is asking me that public IPv4 address pool from where this IP will be allocated. So Amazon's pool of IPv4 addresses, it is by default selected, and let's go with it. Just click on allocate. And it shows that it has allocated one static IP, which is Elastic IP. Well, so it has created one Elastic IP, but the associated instance ID and association ID is showing empty because we have not attached this static IP with any instance. So let me show you how can you attach this static IP with any instance. So it is clicked this newly created Elastic IP, go to action, click on associate Elastic IP address. Now in this screen, select the resource type as instance because you are trying to assign this Elastic IP with one EC2 instance. And here I am just selecting the instance I want to assign with. So AWS test is the instance I want to assign with. Well, scroll down, clicking on associate. And it has associated. As you see that now it has got the allocation ID, associated instance ID, and association ID as well. Now let's go to our EC2 instance, which was showing. You see, this is the same IPv4 public IP which is showing. It is actually the static IP, which is our elastic IP, 54.224.24186. So let's check our elastic IP, which is 54.224.24186. So now we are stopping our instance and we'll start it again, and we'll find whether we have lost our IP, newly created IP, or not. So it is stopping now. It has stopped the instance, but since it is static IP, it didn't wipe out. It is still showing that IPv4 public IP is 54.224.24186. That is our elastic IP. Now just starting it again. It is now showing running, so our IPv4 has not changed. It is same as the elastic IP. This is the function or the facility of elastic IP. Now there is one very important thing regarding elastic IP pricing. Elastic IP doesn't cost you until you are using it. It means since I have created the elastic IP and have associated with this instance, so it will not cost me. And the instance is running. I am using that instance. But if the elastic IP you have created and you have not allocated with any instance, then it will charge you and it will show in your billing. So remember it, if you are creating any elastic IP, you should be using it with, you should be associating it with any instance, and that instance should be running. Then separately elastic IP will not cost you. Now suppose I am done with my work, I don't need that elastic IP anymore. So how can I release that elastic IP? So let's go to the elastic IP once more. So I am at the elastic IP screen. Select that elastic IP, click on action, select deassociate elastic IP address. So it will ask you, if you deassociate the elastic IP address, you can reassociate it with a different resource. That's fine. Now we are deassociating this elastic IP address with the EC2 instance we had associate with. Clicking on deassociate. So you see the elastic IP is still existing, but there is no instance is associated with it. So it will cost me. If I keep it as it is, means the elastic IP is not being used or not being associated with any instance, any running instance or any active instance, then it will cost me. So what can I do? I selected this elastic IP, go to action and click on release elastic IP address. If you release the following elastic IP addresses, they will no longer be allocated to your account and you can no longer associate them with your resources. Yes, that's good. I want it. So click on release. And once I released this elastic IP address, I don't have this IP address anymore. So there is nothing is showing in my elastic IP address screen. Now let's go back to the EC2 instance. What happened when I released the elastic IP? So you have seen that my instance was running, but when I deassociated the elastic IP, so it has got a new IPv4 public IP, and which will vary, and it is not a static IP. I hope you have learned something about this Elastic IP, how to create, how to associate, how to deassociate, how to release Elastic IP. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any query, please write in the comment box below. See you in our next session.